iron in their soul. What's up, YouTube? This is your big brother King Jabez, back today with another very important message. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, share this video, leave a comment, let me know what you think about my content. In addition to that, please feel free to follow me over on Instagram at the King Jabez, as well as my website, theironsoul.com. Whatever you decide to do, it will be greatly appreciated. Let's do some work. Today's video is entitled, simply put, this message is for you. So I'm going to really just speak from the heart today and give you a word in season, something that will give you direction, something that will give you some type of hope and guidance on this day. And I think this will be helpful for you. So I'm going to start off with this message. We'll go on a little deep and we'll kind of smooth it out as it goes into the message, give you a fair warning. But I want you to think today. I want you to really begin to think. And something that XXXTentacion said, and one of you guys gave me a compliment. That was a compliment. I appreciate that. And he says, you come across like a Christian version of XXXTentacion. And I thought that was special. Yeah, I really did, man. Because I know he is someone that this generation really likes. So I really appreciate that. I know some of you may not like that. Oh, you're being compared to a rapper. But no, this young man wasn't just that. He had a certain level of intelligence about himself that everybody didn't have. You know, he thought deeper than the average guy his age. And I sensed that for some of his interviews, the way he articulated himself. Though he did hip hop in his regular speech, he was very intelligent and very articulate. And so I respect that. And he said something that made me think. He gave Big Bro something to think about. He talked about the dollar bill and the pyramid on there and the eye on the pyramid and how we have to think to get ourselves out of the matrix. And he worded it a little different than that. I thought that was profound. I mean, I had to get young man his credit for that one, man. That was pretty good. You know what I mean? You got to think to get yourself to the next level. Just work will keep you in the matrix. But to really elevate, it's going to require some critical thinking. And so this message today, I believe, will help you in your journey of doing that. When you begin to really understand that you are an eternal spirit having a temporary earth experience, that's going to change your whole perspective on everything. We are eternal. Every human, every person is an eternal spirit. Yes, the physical body dies, but the spirit never dies. Understand about yourself. And so you are important. This message is for you because you are an eternal spirit. You are special. You have a divine purpose. I want you to really get that. And some of you really wrestle with this. You wonder, what am I here for? You have those three questions that we all have as people. You know, where did I come from? Not just your mother and daddy, but deeper. Where did I come from? On a deeper level. Why am I here? And where am I going? Right? I feel like if you have not asked yourself those three questions, you should. If you've never done that, you should do that right now. You should put this video down and think deeper about your life. So many people don't think deep about themselves, which means to me, you don't take yourself serious enough, or you don't know how to do that. You know, so I want to say, begin to take yourself serious. Ask those questions. Where did I come from? On a deeper level, not just mom and dad, but on a deeper level. We're talking about ancestors, heritage, spiritually speaking, eternity past, the spirit realm. Think deeper. Why am I here? I'm not just here just to get rich and die trying. You feel me? I mean, that's part of it. Ain't nothing against 50 Cent. That was a raw album. Ain't nothing against 50. You feel me? I like hip hop, raw album. Put that out there. But it's more life than that. You know what I'm saying? So really, why am I here? And if you don't ask that question at some point, why not? Ask yourself that, brother, sister. Why am I here? What is my true purpose in life? And that's going to take some soul searching. And some of you are uncomfortable with that. See, get used to being uncomfortable. If you want to grow, I keep telling you, some big brother, if you want to grow, you have to be uncomfortable. That's sometimes an uncomfortable question. Why am I here? What is my purpose? What is my meaning? What are my gifts? You know, what are my abilities? What messages is the Most High communicating to me through these numbers? What is going on? Right? You got to think, what is going on? Right? Sometimes you look at your life and it's not adding up. So you have to think deeper and say, you know what? What's really going on? And what can I do to make things get better? So why am I here? And where am I going? There is life after death. Where am I going? You know, whatever you believe in. You know, I have a spirit. And once the body is gone, the spirit lives on. And so having that holistic perspective of where did I come from, why am I here, and where am I going, that adds meaning to your life. You begin to understand that everything does matter. The words you use, they matter. Words matter. Okay, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Your body language, it matters. The way you carry yourself each day, that matters. Building character or lack thereof, that matters. Okay, the stuff we think is the little stuff is really big stuff. Making the decision to discipline ourselves because too much honey is going to make you sick. Right? There is a being that is sweeter than honey and stronger than the lion. We're talking about Samson for a second now. Let's tap in with Samson for a brief second. Samson got some honey from a dead lion's body. And there is something that is sweeter than honey and stronger than the lion. And that is truth. We're going to dive a little deeper there. We're not going to just keep doing these basic messages small. It's time to go a little deeper. Let's dive a little deeper. Truth. That matters. Truth matters. You know what I mean? And when you have the truth, what does that give you? I'm glad you asked me. You talk to your big brother. That gives you purpose. Truth gives you direction. You're not lost. When you got truth, you got direction. Look at men and women who did something in this world. They had truth, right? That gave them a purpose. That gave them a why. If you don't have a why to whatever you're doing, you're not going to do it long term. Guys who are in the gym for 3-4 years, they have a why. Ladies who are on their fitness journey, ladies who are, in the business world, those who want to be a lawyer, those who want to be a doctor, whatever you want to do, they have a why. And all of that comes from truth. And this gives you direction in a crazy world. Before I even get into the bulk of this message, I want to give you some insight and to encourage you to take care of yourself. This is a time where it's important to spend time in reflection, to meditate. Sometimes slow down your day. And if you look up the word meditate, in the Hebrew, it carries the idea of using your imagination to ponder, to give careful attention to. And so I believe the type of times we live in, you have to give careful attention to your life, the decisions you're making each day, the people you spend time with, the people you don't want to spend time with, the goals you have in life each day, trying to pursue your goals, making a decision to make progress as opposed to feeling like you're stuck. So I think it's important that you don't put others before yourself, is what I'm saying in so many words. Make a decision to put God first, then yourself, then other people. And when you can do that, you are in a better position to be effective in your purpose on the earth. I want to also encourage you to get outside. Draw strength from the creation or from a deeper perspective, the natural revelation. The creation itself is a natural revelation of the Most High. And so when you're outside, enjoy nature. Get out your house. Get off your couch. Get off your phone. And get out there into the world. And enjoy the fresh air, the energy that comes from the sun. The fresh air and really being able to walk and think and to sometimes pray. You'll be amazed at how much this can have an impact upon your day. So if you're the type of person that's at home all day, on your phone, computer, whatever it may be, put your phone down. And I know you're probably looking at your phone right now, but after this video, put your phone down. Get outside, enjoy nature, and begin to really utilize all of that natural strength and energy that the Most High gives us to face life each day. That's something that is a revelation that speaks to us. So I want to encourage you. I do this. I sometimes go out there and get energy from the sun. I do some moon gazing sometimes. I look at the moon and get energy from that because I'm realizing that it points back to God. This is pointing back to the Creator. So the creation was made for me to experience it and to draw strength from that. I don't worship the sun, right? I don't worship the moon, but I draw energy from that because I know who made it. And if he can do that, he can help me with my day. I want to add to this, be careful to even watch the news. I'm not saying you can never watch it. Watch it to be informed, but don't get to a point where you're obsessed with it and it keeps you in a place of consistent fear, panic, doubt in yourself, and a lack of confidence because you're going to have a hard time making life decisions in a place of fear. You don't want to make life decisions under fear. Kind of like going to the grocery store when you're hungry. You get stuff you shouldn't really get because at the moment you're thinking about food. And so the same thing is with the news. It's good to know what's going on, to be aware, is to be alive. But at the same time, you don't want to get to a place where there's some people who they look at it like it's the Bible and they watch it all day and they're constantly filling their minds with what? all this bad stuff, all this bad news, division, strife, confusion of mind. And what you're going to see is really a lot of people who really only care about two things, and that really is just themselves and get money, and they'll do that at all costs, well, even if that includes hurting you and hurting your family. So when you're constantly watching that, that type of energy can rub off on you and cause you to begin to think the same way. This message is for you if you're looking for some wisdom as to how to relate to people. I'm going to start this off by saying apply pressure by being excellent in whatever you do. If you want to relate to people and earn respect, you have to do things well. You can't half do things. You can't half do your business, your personal life, your spiritual life. You have to make sure you do things well. And I would say to add to that, it's important that you study how to respond to jealous people. That's a part of making progress. When you're making progress, you're going to run to people who want to duplicate what you got going on and try to push you out the way. So you have to prepare yourself for that opposition. You have to prepare yourself from that pushback once you begin to make progress. Because there are spirits, there are people who are in position, gatekeepers, who want to keep you out. And so when you're pushing your way in, you're going to feel that resistance. And so in terms of going forward, this message is for you to give you wisdom on how to deal with those who push back or become jealous of your progress. And it's also a message to encourage you or to push you to push for excellence and to do everything well. I would say to add to this, learn to walk in silence, to move in silence. You have to be careful sharing your plans and visions with everybody. You have to at times also stand up to people. Don't let people walk over you. Don't allow people to disrespect you. This message is for you if you struggle with people walking on you. Don't do that. When someone is crossing the line, you have every right to stand your ground and to speak up for yourself. And so part of this can be used, or you can protect yourself partially by keeping distance. And so don't overshare. Be careful with giving too much personal information, especially if you don't know a person. Keep that to yourself. And as you begin to do that, you will naturally earn respect. Because by keeping to yourself, keeping a certain level of distance, and being prepared for that jealousy, it creates a mystery in you. And when they have a mystery there, they don't know how to quite come at you. And so that keeps you protected. And when a person comes at you, even after doing all of that, that's when it is necessary to not, ignorantly, but you can firmly say, this is where you got to cut this off at. And that's something people will respect. Let me drop this on you real quick. I'm just dropping a bunch of jewels today. Only God can move mountains, but only prayer can move God. Some of you right now, you got some mountains in your life. I'm talking to you now. I'm sitting on the couch with you. Some of you, the mountain may be debt. For some of you, the mountain may be relationships. For others, it may be you just can't go forward and get that open door, that opportunity you're waiting for. It's just not happening. You feel like you're stuck. Only the Most High can move that mountain, but only prayer moves the Most High. So yeah, work, strive, go to war, get in the gym, eat well, do all that, put in those 6-10 hour shifts, do everything you can possible. But at the end of the day, you have to understand there are some things only the Most High can do. And when you understand that, that puts you in a position to really experience that victory that you want.